Right, let's talk about the new duty officer. So, I don't know how I feel about it. I guess to look at his stats because I'm doing the cake, but I don't do it until the last weekend. So he should be in here. Is it Ono? Yeah, it's Ono. So this will be the last duty officer, or after this, every building that can have a duty officer assigned will have a special one, like a specific one for that slot. So this is the last of the new ones. And the thing about this cake is this is the only thing that comes in it. This duty officer, as well as the stuff that always is in the last level. Um, so I don't know how I feel about this duty officer. I mean, I'm getting this duty officer. I want this duty officer. I know as far as like using rune stones, this is a predicament that I'm in. This is a dilemma. Is I'm trying to decide if I want to use rune stones on this guy or not. I mean, the fact that this guy has crafting speed in his base skill and in his third specialty, I mean, who needs crafting speed? You're going to have so many crafting speed ups compared to the total amount of gear that you'll never run out of crafting speed ups. Who needs crafting speed ups? What would make sense? The only way that crafting um would have longevity for the duration of the majority of the game for most people is if you had to feed the dragons crafted gear instead of materials. Then you would benefit from crafting speed because you would use those crafting speed ups over time. But once especially once you make all your full Archimedes, gear for your subsidies. I mean, after that, the only thing you're crafting probably is civilization equipment when you get it, and your crafting speed ups that you have in your inventory just build, and everyone everyone probably that's been playing this game for years probably has millions of them, right? They don't need crafting speed. So the issue is that so like for your fourth runestone, what you want to use because you only get so many of them. So like basically, you get enough runestones. If you do a full cake, you get enough runestones to full runestone one fourth specialty and maybe like 20% of another one. Like that's all you get. Like that's how hard it is to get the runestones. So you probably want to invest your runestones into generals that you're not going to upgrade for a very long time. So that those would either be your subsidy generals that are like premium or the duty officer generals. And so far, I had been investing my runestones into the duty officer generals. Um, and I'm going to do my subsidy generals, later. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is the last duty officer general. So now I have to decide if I want to do one of my subsidy generals specialties or or this guy's. Just so I don't have to think about the duty officers anymore. They'll all be done unless I get additional copies to ascend. But yeah, crafting speed. Look, more crafting speed in his first star and his second star, and you don't get you don't get statistics for attacking until his last two stars. Everything before that is in city, so it's only for defense. Um, so yeah, where I'm at right now is I have all of my duty officers, which I consider to be premium duty officers, I have their specialties. I have their specialties complete, and not including this guy. This is just one of the first duty officers I ever got. His specialties are done. Like if I got him recently, I wouldn't have done his specialties because there's a replacement duty officer as well. But yeah, none of these are done. So Justinian, um, Stephen the Great, Heraclius. Heraclius is really good. Enemy troop HP minus 30 and siege machine attacked plus 30%. That's pretty good. I think Guinevere was really good. It's pretty good. Guinevere is pretty good. So that's in-city range troop attack of 40%. Or 50%. It's pretty good. And Clovis is amazing. So because the Forged Officer was going to be the last, Clovis is amazing. Because the Forged Officer is going to be the last duty officer they needed to make, I thought he was going to have really good stats. And when I saw he was the only thing included in the cake, I thought, oh, this guy's going to be amazing. And he isn't that good. Yeah, Michael the Eighth is pretty good. So now I have to compare him. I have to look at all my subsidy generals and decide if I want to finish the specialties on that new duty general, or if I want to do the specialties on one of these premium generals here. I don't have the fourth specialty on any of them, so I can kind of I can just pick whatever's the best one and work from there. So it's probably, Gilgamesh or Zizka or the Barbarian King. Yeah, I'll have to decide. I'll have to decide there. It's just it's disappointing. It's underwhelming and disappointing, this new Forge officer. Um, oh, it's the second specialty it's the second specialty on the subsidy generals, and the fourth one. But usually the second one is always the same. It's just hit points or defense, and I think sometimes it's attack, minus attack. It's usually defense. It's the most common one. Um, but yeah, this one just seems real good. I think it's like minus 30 and minus 20. I think it's minus 30 and minus 20. What is this? That's 12 and 8, 18 and 12, 24 and 16, 27 and 18. Yeah, 30 and 20. So enemy range and siege machine attack minus 30%. Enemy range troop defense and hit points minus 20%. That's pretty good, man. I think that's what you want to. I think that's the debuffs you want to have the most, is ranged and siege machine. But then the other thing about it is that the specialties on all of the subsidy generals, they're all for defense, because even if they were for offense, they only affect the troops in the subsidy. So that's why I was putting all of my my runestones into the good duty officers, because not all, but some of them have offensive stats as well. But yeah, that's what I'm getting this duty officer. It's the last one I need to complete the duty officers. There's some newer ones I have, but like all the newer ones that come in, like mostly I haven't completed getting all the duty officers inside of that are from the officer general pack. But I don't consider, like, those are new versions of existing officers. but they're not necessarily like the premium officers. So like all these ones, like I still need to get several of these that I haven't got yet. So I don't have Maurice of Nassau or Sulla or Sang Liang, but they're really honestly they're not that good. Like the officers that are replacing the old duty officers, they're nowhere near as good as the duty officers that came out that didn't have a previous version. Like all the ones that came out where the building didn't have a previous duty officer, they're all like really good. Um, like Trivia Cat, the Holy Palace didn't have a previous version. Hospital didn't have a previous version, but I didn't do Hicks. I don't remember if they weren't that good or something. Yeah, in-city troop buffs for all troops. I mean, you could argue healing speed is pretty good for battlefields for competition. Um, yeah, maybe I'll do Pericles. Maybe I'll do Pericles. But yeah, all the ones that had the previous version aren't that great. Even the new ones, their specialties aren't that great. Like no, that's an old version. Like Ashoka, this is the new duty officer for the keep. But the third and fourth specialty, okay, so this only gives construction speed and only 10%. Only 10% construction speed. And then this one, okay, more construction speed, you get ranged troop attack. So what is it giving you? 20%? Yeah, it's giving you 20% ranged troop attack, which I guess would go both ways, and 20% total construction speed between the two. I don't think that's that good. Um, and then all of the new duty officers for the troop buildings, most of their specialties are just like troop capacity and training speed. Like, what's this guy? Yeah, mounted troop capacity and training speed. So that's all you get for the third specialty. And so they give you a little bit of mounted troop attack. So I think in total they give you just 20% mounted troop attack. Yeah, it's 20% mounted troop attack. That's all you get for doing that entire fourth runestone, which, you know, it takes a while to get to finish those fourth runestones unless you are spending like way more than the amount of double coupons you get. Like for the first, I think the first no maybe 5 months, first 5 months that I played this game, I used every single double or triple down coupon I got for a $99 purchase. Like that's how much I spent the first like 5 months I played, maybe even a little bit more than that. Now I'm just like, so like the main events where you get 22 of them, and then the 5 day events where you get five more. I used every single double down coupon or triple down coupon I ever got the first almost 6 months that I played on a $99 purchase. And I do not have an abundant amount of runestones. So, so yeah, it's kind of pointless to primarily put your runestones into new generals all the time. Like they keep coming out with new generals and new generals and new generals, and you can like you can perfectly dismiss the general, right? And you can get back, what is it? You can get back the runestones. You can either get back runestones or you can get back Blood of Ares, like a partial amount, but it only gives you the regular base runestones that you have to open. Like it doesn't give you all the four different types of runestones individually. So it just like they just keep coming out with better and better generals. So I've stopped a couple months back on putting runestones into any of my generals. Like I just over a couple of years, like you're gonna replace all of your attack generals and assistants, maybe um every couple of years or year and a half. Or are you gonna maybe you're gonna want to upgrade like one of them, like between the four types, you're gonna want to upgrade like one of them like every 3 or 4 months, and it's just you can't, without spending a lot, without spending at least a couple $1,000s in that amount of time. It's you just can't get that many rune stones to do the fourth specialty. So I think it makes sense. Like if you're gonna replace one of your generals, it might make sense to do the first three and not do the fourth one. So like this is one of the first generals I ever had that I put runestones into, and I really wish I had those runestones back. I really wish I had those runestones back. Um, but I mean, I could dismiss this guy, but he's only going to give me, what's he going to give me? He's going to give me 14.1k runestone chests. So when I open those 14.1k runestone chests, you know how many of the immortal runestones he's going to give me? He's going to give me like, what is it, a 15% chance, 12% chance or something? He's going to give me like less than 2,000, less than 2,000 of the immortal. Let me go to my inventory. It tells you what the percent chance is on the rune stones. I think it's like 12% chance for the immortal ones. Oh, it's less it's less than 12. Just over 10% chance. So yeah, that guy. What did he say? 1,400. So he's gonna give, or what did that Elcid dude say? Did it say Did it say 14k or does it say 1.4k? Hold on a second. Yeah, 14k. So I'd get roughly 1,400 of the fourth specialty runestones. It's actually it's kind of tempting. It's kind of tempting. I'll be honest. Um, but yeah, so I'm just a little disappointed with this event. Them coming out with the very last special duty officer that they're probably going to come out for a long time unless they put unless they give you the ability to put a duty officer in more buildings that don't even have a duty officer slot, which they could do, right? That's something they could do. If they don't do that, they shouldn't be coming out with new duty officers for a long time. So like, yeah, you can't have a duty officer in the pasture, so they could always, give you the ability to have a duty officer here. Maybe it adds some sort of stats or percents to all your dragons or beasts or something. Who knows? They're always coming out. They're always coming out with new ways to get people to want to spend. But yeah, the war hall can have one, right? Oh no, it's the embassy. The embassy can have one, but the war hall doesn't. So they could always, add one there. Um, yeah, there's I think the arsenal. Yeah, arsenal. Yeah, so there's room for them to do more duty officers that way in the future, and I hope that's what they do, because after coming out with new versions of the old ones and finally coming out with the forge officer, they've filled up everything with relatively new duty officers, and it would be kind of dumb to come up. to come out with newer duty officers anytime soon, if ever. So that's where I'm at with the runestones and the duty officers and this last forge officer coming out. I'll decide sometime after the video what I'm doing with my runestones after I acquire the general. I might just max them out, or I might do one of my sub-city generals. I'm not sure. All right, thanks for watching.